Greetings, Lowell meditators. Thank you for joining me in our fourth class, which will need to be via video like our third class because, well, we are in some irregular and uncertain times. And before we begin, I just want to thank you, each of you, not just for being here, but for doing all that you're doing for the Lowell children and the entire Lowell community, the sacrifices, the learnings, the videos that you're doing yourself, all of the coordinating. Thank you so much. I know it's a lot of work, but we all are so grateful for what you're doing for all of us. So given the current state of affairs, I thought today we could do a meditation on metta. And before we begin, I want to give a little bit of background on metta, what it is, and why we practice metta. So when I first began this practice, this metta meditation practice, I was unfamiliar with the term metta, having heard it but not really understanding it. So I decided to Google it, and it was interesting because of the first hit and the long line of responses that are provided. The first one was from Urban Dictionary, and well, I've gone to Urban Dictionary before to look up some terms that I didn't understand, and I wish that I could have unlearned what those words meant. But it means to me that Urban Dictionary being the first hit in the definition of metta, it means that a lot of young people are interested in this concept, which is really very encouraging and exciting. So the definition that Urban Dictionary gave was that it is a sincere wish for the welfare and genuine happiness of all beings without exception. And Tara Brach, she describes metta with one word: loving kindness. And we talk about and we teach the concept of metta in our mindfulness meditation practice, because meditation is more than changing our relationship with our thoughts. Yes, that's absolutely such an important part of the practice. Noticing, letting go, returning, that is the practice of general meditation. But with metta, and really with mindfulness, which is kind of a larger category than metta, mindfulness has two components to it. There is awareness, it's the noticing, and then there is the acceptance. It's the allowing with kindness and without judgment of whatever it is to be here just as it is, without wanting it to be any different. And so mindfulness, we have this concept of two wings. And if you remember in the first class, we talked briefly about this two wings of a bird approach to mindfulness. And it simply refers to the fact that there's two components, like a bird needs both wings to fly. With mindfulness, you need both awareness and acceptance to soar. And with mindfulness, it creates spaciousness. It actually creates the opportunity to welcome in something new. And you might be asking, why? How? Well, if we think back to last week's class, we did a body scan meditation. And you may remember that I referred to our bodies as being like refrigerators, and that they both store things. And it's scientifically proven that we store memories and emotions in our body. And when we take the time through various, it can be through various meditations or it could be therapy. It could be a wide variety of tools that you use to open up and investigate those containers. And when we open them up, it gives them the opportunity to be let free, to be seen, and to be liberated, to liberate us. And that is what creates the spaciousness, the openness to welcome in something new. And with mindfulness, with the mindfulness practice, that something new can be metta. In Japanese, the word for mindfulness means present heart. Metta is bringing a present heart to all that we touch and encounter. As the peace activist and Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, "Darling, I care about your suffering." Because the truth is, we all suffer. We all, no matter how lucky we are or how hard we might try, at times we all wish things were different than what they are. We all suffer. And right now, with this pandemic, there is so much suffering going on in the world. People who are afraid of contracting it, people who are currently sick and they don't know if they have it because they don't have access to tests, people who know they have it and don't have access to hospitals because they're so full. There's so much suffering, and it's suffering that confines us, and yet suffering also binds us. Suffering binds us to each other because we all suffer. Suffering is part of the human condition. And when we remember that, we can act with kindness and compassion to ourselves. We can be kind and compassionate and patient with ourselves, and we can be kind and compassionate and patient with others, even with strangers. I think back to that bird analogy. And like when birds fly in formation, bracing against the wind, sometimes we're in the lead of that V formation. And sometimes we follow. We fly together because it's easier to get there together. There are many types of guided meditations on metta, and the one that we're going to be practicing is from Ram Dass, who recently passed away. He's a spiritual teacher and a well-read author. But it's important to point out before we begin this metta meditation practice that this concept of metta isn't over once the meditation stops. The true practice of metta is holding the feeling of kinship, kindness, patience with all beings without expectation, without wanting anything in return. Seeing another, perhaps it's now on Loom or Instagram, we're still connected. And every person that crosses our path gives us the opportunity to say, just like me. And that's the meditation that we'll be doing today, the just like me meditation. Because every opportunity gives us an opportunity to practice metta. Even if all we do is smile and say hello. So with that, let's do a metta meditation together. I invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable, whether that's lying down, sitting down like I am. Standing is also an option. You do what is right for you today. The goal is to be comfortable and yet alert. As in the past, we will start with 3 deep breaths. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. Let's begin. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth, letting go. And again, let's inhale. And exhale through our mouth, letting go, settling in. One more time. Breathing in. And letting go. Settling now into a normal, natural pace of breathing, whatever is normal and natural for you. Perhaps if it feels right, do a quick scan of your body. See if you feel any tension. So see if you can relax that area. Breathe into that area. And see if you can allow it to be just as it is. Breathing naturally, allowing your heart to rest naturally. I invite you to bring someone to mind. Whoever it is that you choose to focus on is the person that you will be bringing compassion to. This could be someone that you're friends with, perhaps in a relationship with. Maybe it's a colleague. It could even be someone that you like but you don't know all that well. Or perhaps if today you're feeling open and generous, maybe even a little brave, you can choose to bring to mind a person who has disappointed you or maybe hurt you. If you're new to meditation and perhaps this is your first time meditating on compassion, you may want to avoid bringing to mind someone that's challenging. Likewise, if you start to feel resistance, persistent resistance to extending a compassionate heart to this person that you've selected, please know that it's perfectly acceptable to change your mind and to change who this person is. This exercise is meant to focus on our human condition commonalities. And sometimes, some days, opening our hearts to a challenging person just simply doesn't work. And that's perfectly okay. So now that you've selected this person, see if you can picture them and feel a natural care and concern for them. See if you can hold them in your heart and let yourself be aware of their measure of sorrows, their own suffering in life. While I'm going to use the words, this person, you are welcome to substitute the name of the individual you have chosen for this exercise. With that in mind, I invite you to silently repeat the phrases that I'll be giving you. Silently repeat them while holding in mind this person. So let's begin. This person has a mind and body, just like me. This person has feelings, emotions, and thoughts, just like me. This person has in their life experienced physical and emotional pain and suffering, just like me. This person has at some point been sad, disappointed, angry, and hurt, just like me. This person has at times felt unworthy and inadequate, just like me. This person sometimes worries and is frightened, just like me. This person has longed for friendship, just like me. This person wishes to be safe and healthy, just like me. This person wishes to be happy, free from pain and suffering, just like me. This person wishes to be loved, just like me. It may be that you are feeling your heart opening to wish them well, to extend comfort, to share in their pain and to meet it with compassion. Please know we are not trying to fix the pain of the world or even the pain of this person. We are simply trying to meet it with a compassionate heart. Now, I invite you to allow well wishes for this being to arise. Again, silently repeating these phrases while holding in mind the person that you've chosen. Again, silently repeating the phrases while holding in mind the person that you've chosen. I wish that this person feels free from pain and suffering. I wish that this person feels helpful, hopeful, and happy. I wish that this person feels heard, valued and appreciated. I wish that this person feels loving and loved. Because this person is a fellow human being, just like me. As we come to a close for the next few breaths, let us remain in mindful awareness, allowing us to be more open, engaged, loving, caring, kind to others and to ourselves. I'll conclude our Metta meditation today with a quote from George Washington Carver, the prominent scientist and inventor from the 1800s who was born a slave. He said, "How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and the strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these." Namaste. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, opening your eyes, stretching up, maybe giving yourself a little praise and appreciation for being here, for doing this practice for you, on you, and really this practice that benefits more than just you. I'm wondering what y'all experienced with this practice. I think it's beautiful, and it's certainly so relevant in these turbulent times. I didn't hold any one person in mind. I just held the whole COVID-19 community, all those who have been infected or affected by this virus. And I know that you're doing your part. Even just practicing this meditation is doing your part. But again, I thank you for all you're doing for our Lowell community. I want you to know that I'm here to continue to support your meditation practice. I would love to practice again together if given the opportunity to be together. But in the interim, please know I'll continue to do videos, and you can always come back to these videos and practice them again. There's no reason why you can't do the same meditation over and over and over again. So please continue to practice, and if there's anything that I can do to support you or to support anyone, please let me know. Thank you. Blessings. I wish this person feels free from pain and suffering. Oh my God. I wish my dog would feel free from knocking on my door. I wish my dog would give me just a few minutes of peace to try to do these videos. I wish my children or my husband would recognize that I need this time and that I can't have my dog here